What's up, Gunpla Modelers? This is Starter Prime bringing you a new edition of Gundam Models. And how's everyone doing? Today is May the 4th be with you, of course. I had to throw that in there. And unfortunately, I do not have any Star Wars kits that I can actually put out here and display. Actually, as a matter of fact, the only Star Wars kit that I have is the Millennium Falcon that I made during when the Force Awakens came out years ago. Wow, that's a long time. The B-Wing special edition kit, 1/22 scale that I got, which I should build one day, and the Death Star, the Executor class with the Star Destroyer set. Which, in all due fairness, Bandai missed the boat on that. They should have made a massive scale, like, you know, it's not going to, I'm not saying make a 1/1000 scale version of the Executor class. No, that's ridiculous. Yeah, something all, you know, like maybe a 1/5000 or 6000 scale. Something that's at least 12 to 13 inches long. You know, a good foot long. That should have enough detail and stuff like that for anybody to see and enjoy. Well, that was my Star Wars news break for today. But let's move on. What do you guys think of the Spartan? Came out pretty good, right? I gave it some decals, as you could see. A mixture of border-side decals from Bandai itself, official Bandai stickers, and mecha decals. Which, of course, as much as I like the design of the mecha decals, there are a few that there are a few that I like to get that are not part of the set, so I may have to go get some. And the only place I've seen that they sell it, of course, is USA Gundam Store. So there's my plug for them, you know. I'm probably going to be getting that, plus something else, which I'll discuss later on. And you guys are probably wondering, what happened to my cup? Well, that's a good question. My cup broke. Again. In little pieces. This cup has fallen down so many times. Actually, to tell you the truth, when I went to pick this up and I picked up the handle just went, bloop, just broke up in my hand. And I go, alright, I think you're telling me something. You're telling me to retire you. And I guess I'm going to have to. I've already glued up these parts, you know, the handle like at least 3 times within the past 2 years. And I think it's telling me something. It needs to put out to pasture. Give it a long holiday. Give it a break. Give it a long coffee break. So, I'm going to have to pull out this this substitute one till a new cup comes in. Now, just so you know, I use the service called Zazzle, where I made the custom font designs and things like that. I could easily go back and do it again, but I was like, yeah, nah, just get a good coffee cup that represents Gundam, you know, perfectly. And I found one, and I'm waiting for it to arrive. I was hoping to get it, you know, this week, but I guess I'll have to wait a few more days to get that, so I can enjoy a nice, you know, coffee brew of it. I'm not a big fan of the other Gundam cups that pretty much has the face of Gundam. It's a little stupid, I'm sorry to say that, and huge for that matter. So it's not my cup of coffee, you could say. So I will be waiting for that to come in and enjoy it once it arrives. So I just want to give you guys a heads up in regards to a little bit of a scheduling change. I'm delaying the custom contest again, but only for technically I'm delaying it by a week. or close to a week. You guys now have until, and hold on a second, I sent emails out already to those who I am still waiting for. And I kind of told these guys, you know, you have now until the 13th. So instead of the 7th, it will be the 13th. And then on the 19th, I'll make the announcements. The reason why I did that is because I didn't realize that the Shizuoka hobby show is coming. And I wanted to, you know, do some conversation pieces if I have to during that time. And I want to, you know, take a look at that before. I was hoping to do it, you know, maybe after the before the contest, but I didn't realize it was happening during my contest. So I'm delaying it a few days. I've already received 2 completed builds, which I will, of course, the time comes, I'll show it off. I'm waiting for 3 more. So technically I have 5, but 2 has been submitted. And I'm waiting for 1 to come in. Hopefully the other 2 will come in also. And we'll make the announcement. But I will say this though, there has been a bit of a change with the prize. Now, as you guys know, the main prize for my contest will be the Master Grade Zeta Gundam version Katoki, which I was hoping to get from Hobbylink Japan, the great store that you can get the greatest amount of hobbies all over the world, whether it's Gundam or Star Wars or Star Trek or any model kits, anything. Unfortunately, I kind of missed out on getting it. I was hoping to have it in my possession, so that way when somebody wins, I can mail it to you guys, or mail it to the person who wins, of course. But apparently no. So I will, whoever is the winner, I will make arrangements other ways. You know, we'll discuss that when the time comes. However, I hope the people who are watching this did get their hands on the Zeta Gundam, which I'm hearing a lot of good things, and I'm hearing a lot of interesting things. Now, mind you, I have never. No, let me rephrase that. I haven't built a Zeta Gundam since the late 80s. That's how far back I go. Because I still remember my first Zeta, and that was the original 1/44 scale Zeta Gundam. I got it at a hobby store, one of those mom and pop hobby stores that I remember back in the old days, you could say. And I was like, oh, what is this? I like it. And I got it, and I really enjoyed the build. Again, I did not know what Gundam was or Zeta Gundam, but I just liked what it was. And I was reading all this information, or actually not reading, because at the time I didn't understand Japanese. I only saw the pictures and the title of the mobile suit. So there was no way of me verifying what the hell is this that I'm seeing here, you know? It was, I was in uncharted territory, seeing something that I've never seen before. This is, of course, at the same time, which I did know that there was there was anime. I just didn't realize there were anime models until I just started discovering Robotech and Yamato kits, Thunderbird kits, which is technically not Japanese animation models, but the Macross line, the Dugram line, Mosquitocon, Dorvac, I believe there was one called Dorvac, I remember that. All those classic kits. And I was wow, I couldn't believe what I was building at the time. Obviously, there was a glued kit, but still, I loved it. It was new. I wanted more. I wanted to absorb it. And I mentioned this in a stream, in a video before. I had a catalog from a company known as Galactic Trade Commission, and I thought I had it, and I don't. And I had to go through all my all my stuff, all my books. I have a 2 or 3 boxes full of comic books, and I haven't had the opportunity to sit down and look at each and every one of those comic books, but I have a feeling that catalog is in there. But it was a black and white catalog sheet of 30 pages or so. It had all the pictures. It had a listing of all the items that they had at the store, but it also had the pictures of what they were what they had, and that was like gold to me to see something like that. And little by little, I was starting to discover, you know, these kits. One day, I hope I have it. If I don't, then it is lost to the time. But it's what's bringing me back to nostalgia of remembering my youth at the time, all those old kits. And now going back to Zeta, many people are liking it. I posted this photograph of the Zeta, and again, I never purchased the new Universal Century Zeta or the real grade Zeta, which, quite frankly, I've been hearing some negative things about it. Never got the master grade, never got the 2.0, clearly never got the perfect grade, and now we're seeing the version Kotoki. But this picture that I'm showing you right here makes me want to buy the 2.0 more than I want to buy the version Kotoki. Granted, 2.0 is bigger, but there is a lot of neat detail that you see on the version. Remember, version Kotoki is Kotoki's version of the Wing Gundam. It is not. Zeta Gundam. It is not meant to be the replacement. It is just his interpretation. If you wanted the true version of Zeta, you can go with the 2.0. Hell, if you find the 1.0, I think even that one's okay. But many people always keep saying that the transformation is a little bit of a problem. But if you get if 2.0 should be fine. Obviously, you can detail it up, make it look like the version Kotoki, and you can go wherever you want to go with that kit. As a matter of fact, I don't know if anybody's been watching the recent video of N-Maker. N-Maker did his custom version of the Zeta Gundam, and that's a slap in the face in my mind. It is. When I mean slap in the face, it means wake up and look at that video, because it is gorgeous. It is amazing. Go to N-Maker's channel and watch it. He should have his own Netflix series of him building kits. Nothing that will be renewed multiple times. Hell, I'm surprised Netflix didn't do a. You know what? Decades ago, I'm gonna say decades now. There was the Plamo show in Japan where they were just building. They focus on model builders. And one guy built a tank, the other one built a ship, the other one built a plane, and of course a couple of built Gundam kits. I remember a girl building a Kubelay Master Grade. I remember a guy building the RX-72. I believe the Mark II version of it. There was a Zaku, but I just don't remember which one. But still, they took their time to make their own custom version of it and detailing it up. And I think they've only lasted 2 seasons, maybe 3, and there were some specials in between. It would be nice if they brought that back again and put it on Netflix. What do you think? That would be great. I mean, everybody just sitting on watching Netflix, watching a guy build a model kit. It doesn't matter if it's a Gundam or an aircraft carrier or a stock car. It's still. It's something for us model builders to watch. Now, I have to give props to a model hobby store that has been very generous to me. lot of stores have been generous to me. You know, Hobbyland Japan, you could say, and of course Gundam Planet. But no one has been more generous and thoughtful than Richfield Hobbies, and you guys know where that is. I was there the other day because the owner, his name is Jimmy, asked me to do a recording of his store. But it was on a day that it was raining a lot. It was terrible. The weekend was terrible with rain. And I was like, damn it, Jim, sorry. Let's do this another time. And he go, yeah, like sometime in June or something, because he was in the middle of moving. And okay, no problem. And it was kind of funny though, because his section, his model section, was full of kits. And he had like a couple of bags worth of kits there that I kind of jokingly said, what, did you forget to unpack from Mosquitocon when you went to the show? And he goes, no, this is actually from my personal stock at home, which he was, you know, selling online and stuff like that. And in that conversation, I kind of said to him, you know, these kits remind me of the days when, you know, my dad took me to the hobby store and bought me kits. And my first kit that I remember was a submarine, a submarine that had a cutaway in the side so you could see the inside. And he goes, you mean the one from Revel? And he goes, yeah, the one from Revel. And he goes, oh, I have one. And I go, really? How much is it? And he goes, well, $70. Mind you, it is a classic kit. It's an old kit, but it's still sealed in the box and all that stuff. And I go, well, that's a little too much for my taste, but, you know, too bad. And he goes, wait a minute. He starts moving some boxes around, and he had boxes that had, let's say, water damage, you could say. He found one that had water damage, the box, and he gave it to me. And here it is. I finally been able to find the kit that I have been looking for, I would say, over 40 years. The German Sub U47 by Revel, 21 inches. This is technically a 1-something scale, a 1/50th or 1/300. I forgot what it is. I remember reading about it and I didn't get the actual dimensions. I know what it is. I just have to find it first. But yeah. This was my first model kit when I was a kid. My dad bought it for me. He worked at a mall, and we went to a store called Woolworth and Woolcorp, if anybody remembers that. And when I got in, I did not know nothing about model kits. Of course, when I was a kid, you were thinking about toys and Star Wars and all that stuff. The 8-inch or 12-inch G.I. Joe figures. But then when I went to the model section, which I did not know there were models, I saw, you know, all these cool, you know, vehicles and things like that. And at the time when I was a kid, I remember watching a lot of World War II movies. So seeing the submarine, you go, oh, Dad, can I have that? And he got it for me, and he helped me build it. Because I did not know it was a model kit at the time. I had Elmer's glue, because, you know, I was a kid, you know, putting things together with Elmer's glue. And we built it using Elmer's glue, which worked. Mind you, this is a very, very old kit. I guess he was in the middle of building it at the time. Here's the hull. Look at that. I see he was trying to paint up soft. There's the top part of the hull. The manual's here. Don't think this thing's has decals. If the decals are right. No, this is not manuals. These are. Oh no, this is not the manual. Haha, he was wrong. He thought this was the manual, but it's not. But you want to know something? No big deal. I could find the manual online. Everything is online. This made me cry because it reminded me of my dad. So I'm not going to be making this using Elmer's glue, of course. I'm definitely going to be painting this kit and detailing it, because if you see the cutaway this is the cutaway that's on the model kit, exactly the way you see it. But I found a picture online of the real cutaway of this version of the submarine. And I think this will be my next build for Mosquitocon in 2024. Just going to be detailing the sections of the interior. I know that this huge you know, command and control section is not that big. It's too huge. And if you've seen movies, those sections are cramped and a lot of piping and all that stuff. Plus, where the hell is the crew going to sleep? It can't be just one little container there. Engine room has to be bigger. Torpedo room, even though it's big, has to also have sections where you can put the bunk beds and things like that, because, you know, it's always a crew of 30 or 40 men. But yeah, when he handed this to me, I was like, I want to go home and cry. Thank you. He's going to be getting the best video description of his store when he's ready, when the time comes. This is on me, but this is definitely okay. Yeah, the packaging is fucked up, but still, it's what's inside that matters. Hell, even my mother was happy to see this, because she remembered this also when I built it. So these are things that this, above all else, is a win for me. Everything, all I've gotten this year is fine, but this is a personal build for me that I will take my time and enjoy. And I will, if I do a video build series, it will be a lengthy one. I may take the entire year to work on it, and then at the end of the time where I'm about to display it, I'll do a one-shot video, you know. But yeah, I finally got my first model kit. Now, got a few things recently from Gundam Central, something I don't usually order stuff, but when I see something I said, no, you know what, this is interesting. I got the real grade real grade entry grade 144 scale long rifle fin funnel for the RX-93 FFV. This is the complement weapon for that model kit, but and it was cheap. I think it was like, oh god, how much was it? Was it $15 or something like that? Well, unfortunately I cannot see it now. But I got this, and I said, let me try this, because eventually I'm going to be building that new Gundam. But I got this, and for shits and giggles, I got the Gundam Shield. And by the way, getting this, I didn't realize. Okay, so it was like something $16 or $17, but you get not only one, but you get two. Sorry, Spartan. You get two of these guys, and it says here it's age 3. Robot of the Super Deformed Shield. Robot of the Super Deformed Shield is a transforming mech combat form. The only difference, interesting thing is, I don't know which one is the yellow and which one is the red, but you get two. It doesn't, yeah, you get two of these, yet I can't tell if that's the red and the yellow or the yellow and the red. So, yeah, getting that was like a bit weird, but okay, I got it. I got these. I also did get a massive box from, I believe, Japan as well. Well, not massive, but it's big. It has a few things here, and again, like I mentioned before, if it went with my, you know, if I had it my way, I would have gotten the other kit, the Master Grade Zeta version Katoki, but unfortunately, I didn't. Don't know how this is. So, first thing, pull it out from there. I got Vic paints. They were on sale during the spring sale, by the way. And I gotta do a tool type with Starter Prime Video because I want to test out these Vic paint colors. I haven't seen nobody test these out yet, and at like $2 each, it's pretty much a steal. This one is Concrete Gray, and this one is Vietnam Dark Green. Okay, so these two. Now everything's in packaging, so I'm gonna remove. You know what? I'll just take the box out of here. Now there were, again, things that I saw that were on sale, and one thing I got was these Hobby Tool Minishima makes reliable, high quality products. But it's just basically these pipelets to pull, you know, thinner or paint or whatever. Well, these are for thinners. This is definitely for thinners. I have the smaller ones for paints, which is like a dime a dozen, but these are perfectly for, you know, going in and siphoning out paint or thinner from what you want. I saw this one's like on sale for about $1.50. This Mr. Masking Tape Low Adhesive. Cannot go wrong with masking tape, of course. I'm going to show you what I got from the sale they had, and this was like $6. This A6E Intruder by Hasegawa. Beautiful box art for this. Yeah, Hasegawa brands, you can't go wrong, you know, especially at a good price. I know it's a dated kit, but still. Now, these are the stuff that I got. We'll begin with non-Gundam kits. I got the customized material chain parts and multi-joints. This is the chain parts, which is kind of neat. Sometimes it's good to have these type of things, but the joints is actually good to extend or expand out. There's also like these cover parts for the holes on the 30-minute mission kits. And I also got the 1/44 scale Volpa Nova quad bike version. This is the green version. The tan one doesn't come out until next month, so that one I'll be getting maybe at the end of the summertime. But yeah, I like this little chunky kit with the bazooka. I gotta understand. You know what? It does. I thought maybe it was the same bazooka that the other kit has, that other tan one that had tank treads on it. But yeah, this one looks nice. I got that. Come on, get out. I gotta flip it around. There we go. The last two kits I got are Gundam kits. And of course, Gundam kits that everybody are now getting their hands on. First up, Gundam Lefrit from the Witch of Mercury. This is a really beautiful kit. I like how it looks, but I got it. It looks nice, really nice. I've seen them. It's a nice little chunk, a lot of chunky beasts here. I got that, and the Zowart Heavy with the very nice. This is a very nice kit. Oh God, I can't wait to build this one. Yeah, so this is all the stuff that I got from Hobby Link Japan. I'll be posting links of the kits on their site. If you guys want to get their hand, you know, want to purchase it, help me out on the channel. You know, I appreciate all your work. And I think it's time we start working on something that I've been waiting for a long time, because now this, I think the summer has not started yet, but I think it's about time I start working on a lot of kits that I have. Kits that begins with the word freedom on it. This will be in my next build. With that being said, I'd like to thank you guys all for watching, and stay tuned for more Gundam models yet to come. You guys all have a great day.